All right. Looks like it might be working. Can you guys hear me? All right, cool. Sounds good. All right. So then just give me 2 seconds. I'm going to start with the news and then we'll just get started. I'll be right back. All right. Yo, what's up? Thanks for coming. My name is George. I do operations for Fortunes Funding. I help James make fortunes and freedom, and I know a little bit about trading. So they got me on here once a week. We're going to do a stream, cover mostly fundamentals, technical analysis, and trying to flip a small account. So first things first, always check the news. I mean, I'm sure you guys know that, but I know some people slip up on it or they're just not that into fundamentals. Always check the news. Always check the news, because it doesn't matter what the chart looks like. If something comes out in the news that's different, it's gonna blow up your whole trade. So PMI. PMI is not a huge one, so it shouldn't affect things too much. I also do a little bit more when it comes to news compared to other people. I also check like actual news sites and see if there's anything going on. Futures are up. Mortgages are up. That's not relevant. News is all bullish on the stocks, so I'd expect to see an update just off of that. Start looking at charts. Hello, man. How's it going? What website is that? Yeah, I think he just put it down. Tradingeconomics.com. This is a really good one. So I start with Forex Factory. Right, this is the one everyone knows. This is going to be especially for people that trade trade currencies. This is definitely what you want to look at. I trade indices, but this is also relevant to commodities. This website, this is really good. It gives you a really good overview, and it's more catered to people that aren't just Forex people, you know. And then the last thing I do is I just do stock market search. Stock market news in Google, and I just look for a major news thing that's within the past couple of hours, right? So the CNBC one is fine, and then I'll just glance at it quickly to see what the sentiment is around the market. All right. Dollar is down, yields are down, bonds are up, stocks are up. So like I said, this is probably going to be an up day. NASDAQ's already up 1% though. Let's see what we're looking at. Sheesh. Yeah. This is just ripping, huh? S&P is just sky high. Where's H4? $10. No, actually, I'm starting with I put 100 in the account. It's at like 130 or whatever because I always buy a little bit more than 100 when I go to throw it into account. So I'm starting from a $100 account. Do I have MT4 open? I do, yeah. All right. First thing I do when I mark up the charts is I start on the daily usually, right? Because daily is the nice mid-range between day traders and swing traders. So it'll give you the best base overview to start with, and then I start marking up highs and lows based on what is this? Just based on old highs and old lows, because that's the most easy to see place where price is probably going to return to at some point, right? Price is probably returning to this old high at some point, and then you'd expect to see a bounce. So it's a really good way to just get a good grasp of where the market's at and where it's potentially heading. Although we're ripping right now, so I wouldn't be shorting until I see some sort of break on the lower time frames, right? So you drop down to the 15-minute and you do not see that. You just see higher highs just being made. Could potentially. Also, I start with the S&P because it's for you guys that don't know, the S&P is just the top 500 stocks in the stock market, so it just gives you a nice base of what the market's doing. Yeah, so last week when I marked this up, we obviously have gone just straight up. So last week I marked up this line, just like I was saying, right? And what did the market do? It went up, it came down, touched it, and it bounced right back. So that's no longer all-time high. That's all-time high. Got the daily there. Drop down to the 4 hour. You see it came down, it swept this old low, right? Took out that liquidity, hit this old high that I just said used to be all-time high. So you took out people that were overzealous, right? The non-believers. You came down, you got some people shorting here, right? They're expecting it to move down. They're like, oh, it's at all-time high, it's got to come down, blah, blah, blah. All the people that love to short the top. And then they just got blown out for another move high. So I'd expect to see it test this all-time high again today, to be honest. This is not where I'd like to buy in, though, so sometimes you just sit on your hands, unfortunately. It's the nature of trading. What time is it right now? 45. Market opens in 45 minutes. How's NASDAQ look? Jesus Christ, this is even higher. I'd love for NASDAQ to come back down into this zone. Or maybe sweep the low. That'd be a great buying opportunity. You also have confluence with this old high over here. Why did I not do that? It also helps to do this because you get to see the difference between consolidation and expansion, right? The market is only ever doing two things. It's either consolidating or it's expanding, either upwards or downwards. When the market's consolidating, it's found fair value, right? And it's accepting orders outside of that range, right? You get people at the top, you get people at the bottom, and then that's what creates the momentum for a move, either upwards or downwards, is those people's orders. What's happening on gold? Let's take a look. Gold looks like it might be going up. It swept this low, but it didn't really come down. Yeah, so this is all stuff we marked up from last week. I was on stream last Tuesday. Gold looks good, actually. Right, it's consolidating, came up, it kind of failed, came up here, came down, took out this old low, but it didn't start running downwards. So it's accumulating orders right now, so it's probably going to attempt to break out to the high side. And then you'll see if it can sustains that or not. It's a very tradable area, actually. In trades, you're always looking for areas that are well defined, right? Because that's the only way you know whether you're right or wrong. So many people lose money just because they get an idea, right? They're like, oh, the market's going to go down, I'm going to short here. And then they like short and they set up a stop loss, and they either got taken out too early or they just let it run because they're like, no, it's going to come down. And it's just, a trade is just a hypothesis, because at the end of the day, none of us that are hopping on the charts are doing anything to this market. So you put together a hypothesis and then you define where you're right or where you're wrong. And if you're not doing that, I mean, you're not trading, you're just gambling. Right? Like if you were going to short here, which I wouldn't do, but you're like, all right, I want to short here, and it made this old low, but it didn't take out that one. So I want to see it take out this low, and I'm wrong if it comes and makes new highs. And then that's your trade setup, right? And then if it does this, you're right, and if it does this, then you're wrong, and the market, you had a wrong read on the market, or you were too early, or whatever it was. And then you go and you look at what made you wrong, and then you adjust it for the next time. And if you don't do that, then I mean, you can't improve. You're just pissing in the wind. Do I only trade New York? Yeah, I only trade New York because I'm not a full-time trader. Like I said, I run the operations for Fortunes Funding. So I'm not trying to be up till 5 in the morning, you know, when London session is. And I mean, there's really no good volume outside of New York or London. I know some people successfully trade Asian session. I don't personally know anyone that does it, but I know it's possible. But I just find for work-life balance, New York session is just better for me, especially because I live in New York, so it's just my time zone. What's up? What's up? How old am I? I'm 32. Pullback on US 30. Yeah, I mean, the nature of the markets is that you get a pullback. I just don't know if we're going to get it right now. This just looks, the indices just look hella bullish, which I mean is usually when you get the pullback, right? It's just not when you're supposed to trade it, unless you're just those people trying to catch the top, which is very, very few actually do. I mean, I guess you could technically say you had a break of structure here, right? You had this old hourly low template, it broke it. So now if it fails to make new highs, or even if you get a swing failure pattern, right? Like it runs this and then it immediately wicks down, then I think you could start looking for some shorts. But if the market opened and it started coming down here and it made a new low, or it even found a good area, you could say that you're right. You got a lower low and then you get a lower high, and all of a sudden market structure is different. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we get a pullback on US 30. I just don't know when it is. I don't know if it's here. Because like I would also not be surprised if the market just opened up and this just went. It's fucking so bullish. I'd like a pullback. I'd buy a pullback if I got it right now. To be honest, I just don't know what level I would do that at. Probably this area of consolidation here. Yeah, like if I was gonna be impatient, you buy a pullback here, right? Especially because it would probably align with the New York Open pretty well. What do we have? Half an hour, so 15-minute boom boom pulls back into here. You could also use this low, be super conservative, right? And buy in. If it comes down, you're invalidated. Tight stop. It's just the odds of it being a high probability trade, I just feel like are not there. Well, you had this old high here. Consolidated, failed to break out, came down, wicked into the consolidation, pushed down, came in one more time, buyers failed, sellers took over, right? They moved price down to here, took out this old low, and then they closed their positions, and then the market naturally came back up because it's just bullish. Yeah, I'm looking to be a buyer here unless there's a break of structure, to be honest. I think I'd like to buy here on this old. Oh man, that's so annoying. Right, because you pop down into here, you come into this area where there was a lot of consolidation. You also get a quarter point at the 50. Anyone trades quarter points. Yeah, so this is kind of, I don't really give a shit about that, to be honest. Yeah, I want to see it come into here. Buyers be a little too early, right? They come down here, they probably get taken out. It takes out this low. It runs a lot of people's stops, and then you could look for a buy at the swing low. What's that look like? Come down. That didn't work. This paintbrush. See, come down. Sweep this low. Come in here. People probably buy, right? Probably runs a little more. And then you run up. I think that'd be an ideal trade for me. Although at that point, it's got quite a bit of momentum to come downwards. And you could argue that this would then become a new low, higher low. Right. It's always good to play devil's advocate, but not too much. Yeah, I'd like to see it take out this low and buy around here, to be honest. It might honestly just come into this range and bounce back up. I just feel like there's not enough. There's not enough momentum there. Buy at this old high, right? All right, because then this is what your trade looks like if you do that. It's just not, the risk to reward's just not worth it. It's not even a 2-to-1. I don't like to trade. I don't like to take trades that aren't at least a 2-to-1. You know, just to me, it doesn't make sense that you're going to risk your capital for not even double the return. It just doesn't make sense to me, which is why template H1 low. Look at this old impulse back there. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you get a 5-1, right? You also wait. You come to this old high where it's consolidating for a while. And 15. See it come down here. Take out these lows here, right? Catch anyone that's early to the long, and you have a clearly defined risk to reward, a clearly defined stop. I think that's the setup I'm looking at. That's what I'd like to see. I don't know if we get it, but that's what I'd like to see on US 30. What time is it? We have half an hour. I don't think we're going to get it, though, to be honest. I think if it comes down this low, it probably keeps going because it'll have lost the momentum. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see what happens with US 30. SPY for the dollar, what's the equivalent for the pound? Yeah, the pound. I mean, there's probably an index, like an indice for. There's probably an indice for. I know you have the GER 30 is for Germany, and Germany is actually the driving force of the euro, not the. Yeah, England is the pound, but I'm sure there's an indice for England. I just don't know anyone that trades it, to be honest. Yeah, I wouldn't trade it. Like I said, my focus is always where the volume is, because the more volume there is in something, the more predictable it is. Because the more players you have, and the less likelihood of there being one random thing that's going to move the market against all those different players that are acting in that favor. That's why the dollar moves in such a way that everyone knows what it's doing. It's very rational, right? Everyone's expecting interest rates to be cut. That's why the dollar's just been coming down and down and down. You just don't see any weirdness from the dollar. Whereas if you go to something weird, you see like wacky charts and stuff like that. But yeah, as far as I know, I don't know what the indice is that's correlated to the pound. What's devil's advocate? Devil's advocate is when you're like playing the opposite side of something, right? It's like, so I expect this thing to happen, but playing devil's advocate is like what if this was the case, right? It's often used for people that believe something, right? It's like to counter your belief. You look at what if the opposite was true? Like, what would I be looking for, right? If I'm bullish, then this, that, and the third is why I'm bullish, right? You confluence there. But if you're going to play devil's advocate, you'd be like, all right, if I was going to be bearish, like, what would I look for? And are any of those signs there right now? So it's just a way to keep yourself in check, stay humble. And to be aware, like, it also helps if your trade starts going against you, you'll see exactly what you were looking for, right? Like, if I wanted to be long, which I do on US 30, this is what I want to see. But then, like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate, right? You could see that if it came down this far, it lost momentum, and then all of a sudden this becomes a lower high, and then we're talking about breaking new lows. So you get taken out, and you just accept that very easily instead of getting back in because you're afraid that you were just wrong. The spot was just wrong, right? You're just early or whatever it was. GJ. GJ, quick glance, looks like it's going to drop. Yeah, I mean, it just took out a high, right? Boom. It just swept that liquidity right there. It came down here, failed to make a new low. What the fuck just happened? That should have been a daily low. Failed to make a new low, right? Just came up. Clear uptrend. Came down, failed to make a new low. Looks like it's coming back into uptrend, right? You get a lot of people up here at the top when it breaks the high, and it looks like they might be caught off sides, because it's just clear that the momentum didn't kick in, right? There weren't buyers up here, and it's starting to come in the other direction. This actually looks like a fantastic sell. This looks like I might sell this type of sell. Yeah, so here's our range right here on the 15-minute. This is just much cleaner than US 30 that we were looking at, you know. I like to trade US 30. That's my go-to. I like the way it moves, and I like the way it moves my account. But sometimes it's not the best move. Yeah, so you have a clearly defined range right here, ranging. Whoop, shot up, took out these highs, but it didn't continue. And it looks like here, buyers were exhausted, sellers stepped in, took them off sides, came down. Yeah, this doesn't look good for GJ, to be honest. Now the question is, where do I want to enter a sell here? Because you never want to just sell the bottom, right? If anything, you're going to wait for it to break, and you're going to get confirmation on the retest. So you're going to look for it to come down, boom, do something down here, and then come back up into this zone, and then hit it on the, yeah. So you look for it to come down, maybe take out this low, and then hold, and then confirm. Once it comes back up, then you enter. Yeah, I mean, this one candle just ran through immediately. Just an impulse down there. Template, that's an old low. Yeah, price came here, it didn't go below, right? Then it tested it, boom, ripped through it, came back, became a sticking point again, came down, ripped through it, came down. So I expect it to test this area maybe one more time. It's really the 0.90 that was. Yeah, I'd short this, honestly. if I get the opportunity. If it runs back up to this level, what would that look like here? The only problem with that then is that where you put your stop. Because then if you put it all the way up here, this is where you're wrong. And then you're right where? I think I just double did that. It's fine. There's a lot of liquidity up there too, actually, though. So this is the true range on this, right? This 4-hour range comes up, come down, came up, came down. So it's still ranging in this area on the 4-hour. Yeah, honestly, if it broke this, there's really nothing to keep it from going down to there. I just don't know that I'd enter at the middle of this right here. Like I said, what I really want to see is I want to see it come down first, right? Because then you have a clearly defined stop with this high right here. It's actually not a bad trade. If it comes up into this area, if it keeps pushing, you know it's going back to the highs to take this out, so you know you're wrong. If it breaks this, there's really nothing to keep it from coming down to this area over here. It's probably even going to sweep this low. All right, what else? How do I identify high volume? I mean, volume is when the most people are in the market. So that's just New York session and London session by default, you know, because that's when the New York and London banks are in, and they're the ones who move the markets. Not just London, but German, all those people that operate on that time frame. So that's when the volume is the New York session and London session. Anyone who trades has seen that, right? You get a lot of consolidation outside of those times, and then that's when the market really moves, and you're able to catch something. What time is it right now? It looks like it might just rip down, and then yeah, GJ looks like it might be a move at some point. What has US 30 been doing? Volume indicator. I mean, they have I think I have one. Yeah. This one isn't. Oh, I used to have one. It doesn't look like it works anymore. Yeah, there's plenty of volume indicators. It doesn't really matter. You could use whichever one, you know, just like even the base one itself, you'll see. But I mean, you see volume by the movement in price, right? So like this just rips up, right? That was at what? That was a New York session. Boom. Just moves up like that. And then this was London session. It just moves. The market just moves at those times. You don't really need a volume indicator to tell you that. Yeah, the probability of a setup is much lower out of session. And the reason for that is because the markets at those times are not generally being moved by the people that move the markets, like they're out to lunch or they're not working. Like the guy who's worth $500 million is not trading at 5 p.m. He's not even trading at fucking noon. He's out to lunch. He's taking clients out. So you do get movements around like noon and stuff like that, but never like 5 p.m. or that. That's when the computers take over, right? They just hop in and they just move you'll see it. Like you get chopped up because the computer goes up and then it goes down. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up. It's just testing different levels. The people that think that there's an algorithm, like they're right to some degree, because whenever the volume's not there, like they just let the computer take over just to make sure nothing crazy fucking happens, but they're not really doing it to move the market per se. They're just doing it to make the market efficient, if that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, what the market is it's two sides, right? Whenever you're buying, someone has to be selling to you, and whenever you're selling, someone has to buy. And we forget that a lot because it's become so everything's become so electronic, right? Especially with Forex, like a lot of the brokers and stuff are not executing these trades. So that doesn't actually have to happen. But in the real market, it does. So like if somebody's buying 100 shares of Apple, like somebody has to sell them 100 shares of Apple like that. So that's why the people that move the market have to move it a certain type of way. It just has to be done in order for things to execute correctly. UJ analysis. All right, I'll try to do this quick because market's about to start. Whoa. Oh yeah, this is a break structure. This is. Yeah, I'm waiting for a retracement on this, and I'm going short. That's. Somebody just said that about GJ. Like this is not lining up for me. Yeah, this is clearly dropping. Consolidation. Well, it stopped out. I have no idea what the fuck that was. Maybe I can actually see it. Oh, I see. No, it doesn't look like that's happening. Yeah, this is. Yeah, you want to see this come down here, maybe get stopped or take out this low, come back in, and then just short this. That's exactly what you want to see on this. Fuck. $45.3. Why are you gonna buy it there? 145.3. I don't see anything at 145.3. Your chart might be different than mine too. Yeah, I mean, this is just Look at this. Perfect. Probably comes up to there. Yeah. Here's. I even come into the zone there. Using fibs. All right, that makes sense. What's that fib look like? Oh, 145.3. Yeah, I guess I see what you're saying. It would align with this area here. Yeah, that might be a move. All right, we got 9 minutes. What do we think the play is right now? Oh, man. This fucking thing is just ripping. I do not use harmonics. I'm not even sure what harmonics is, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, if this works for you, then the crab. Yeah, I'm not big on stuff like this just because it's just not. I think stuff like that works because the market moves in a certain type of way sometimes, but it's just not. The market is run on supply and demand, right? At the end of the day, like that's why it moves the way it does, because there's either an excess of supply or there's an excess of demand, and that creates huge swings, or the market's exactly where it should be, which is frustrating for traders, right? Because they always want there to be something to do, but sometimes the market is efficient and there's not anything you can do at that point. The job of traders is to take advantage of inefficiencies in the market. That's all there is to it. And you look for those inefficiencies, and then you hypothesize where the inefficiency is, right? That's your setup, and then you just see if you're right. And sometimes people just try to do too much, or they're just like, they think more is in their control than is, and it just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Yeah, to some degree, they're like ants in a tsunami, you know, and it's just you gotta find the leaf that's gonna float you to safety. But harmonics, all right, that's interesting. That's the second time I've heard that in the past couple of weeks, so that's very interesting. Q Banks is using harmonics. All right, that's good to know. I mean, I'll take more look at it later and see if there's anything about it that makes sense. I just, like I said, to me, that seems like that's one of those things where people try to overcomplicate things that are out of their control. You know, it's like the old study they did in one of the Ivy Leagues where they had people in a control room and they had them push a button on the control panel, and then they made like different shit happen. And then at the end of the day, the stuff that happened, whether it be like lights or like this, that, and the third, it was all random. But people like found different patterns that they thought would activate the lights more often, or this, that, and the third. So it's like the human brain looks for some sort of control when sometimes it's just not there. It matches supply and demand. How does a geometric patterns match supply and demand? Yeah, we got a giveaway. I'll do it at some point once I've decided that I'm either not trading anymore or something happens. But market opens in 4 minutes. I don't know, guys. I don't think it's coming down this low, to be honest. I guess we'll see. I feel like between US 30 and between that and that, yeah, I'm definitely not trading this. This is just, the only person that's trading this is an absolute crazy fucking person right now. This is ridiculous. Like, you can't short this, but you can't long the top either. Like, this is just sit back and watch material right here. This is nuts. Look at this fucking candle on the monthly. What is that, bro? Oh my god. That's disgusting. Oh man. I'm so depressed. Before I stopped trading, I had a buy-in like right here. And I got taken out on this low. And then I was so busy with Fortunes. I was like, fuck it. Oh my God. That would have been a ridiculous hold. There's no way I would have held it that long, but it is what it is. It's the nature of trading. It looks like it's actually approaching some of our levels. Let's see what happens. Oh, this chart is so ugly. I just made a brand new trading account. Hopefully the broker James told me to use is good, so we'll see. It's not even there. That'll do for now. I gotta fix this at some point. Where's the... All right, market's live. What did that first minute candle do? Yeah, they bought. Let's see what happens in this first zone. Oh shit. Some coffee. Alright, this is not doing much. What's gold doing? Gold is dropping. Interesting. I actually like the fact that gold is dropping. I don't ever trade gold just because I've never want to trade on gold, I don't think. But if I did, I'd probably be looking for a setup today. It's just too much noise there. This fucking box is way too big. Unless it just bounce off this old high right here. We'll see. That'll be interesting. What is GJ doing? That looked like crazy before. Hold on. Yeah, this is just indecision right now. I might just do this until the PMI drops, to be honest. Well, it actually looks like it's gonna go right to our setup. No way. That'd be cool. Oh, fuck. I might have to go without the camera for a second. I think my camera overheated, so I'm gonna give it a second and I'll turn it back on. I gotta figure out how to fucking get a camera that lasts so long. Actually, it doesn't feel that hot. Crap. What about you, Jay? Yeah. Oh, no. It hit the first zone and fucking ripped off. Ah, you dick. It barely even touched it, too. Are you kidding? God damn. Wait. PMI's at 945, right? Let's see what happens. Alright, what are we talking about? Buy GJ. No. Yeah, no, it's like I'm using a cam link, so I'm using like I'm not using a webcam, I'm using a fucking, like Sony camera. So I don't think it's supposed to just meant to record for an hour plus. I guess it should be fine. I don't know. It was awful. It's approaching that zone too. Decisions. All right, these are the things that look the most interesting right now. This actually doesn't look interesting at all. I just want that to be the thing I trade. Ugh. That's not going anywhere, is it? Oh. Now is the boring part. Right. GU. Yeah, look at it real quick. I just don't want to be away from the stuff we're looking at real quick right now. Don't even have it. Yeah, GU. Alright, quick glance at GU. Daily, it's in consolidation, right? So when the market's consolidating, there's really only one trade, right? It's you buy at the top. I mean, you buy at the top. You sell at the top or you buy at the bottom because you want to see, right? If you had done that, you would have made money, blah, 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 blah. Daily low. Let's go to that 4 hour. approaching this high. I'm so out of practice. Yeah, so this is up at the top over here. You could look for a swing failure pattern, right? Either this or this. But that's really all I would do if I was going to trade GU. It's not a high probability trade right now. It's upwards near the top. So, yeah, if you're ever going to take a trade, like I said, if you're going to take a trade at a consolidating market, you do something like that, right? And you make your stops super tight, like way tighter than that. You wait to see a confirmation that it failed, right? You want to see a wick that it's done there, and then you enter with a tight stop, and you hopefully catch the top of the consolidation, which would be that. Some people are really good at trading SFPs. Also, the risk to reward on them. That's the people that want to like catch the top or like catch the bottom, like those perfect entries that everyone looks for, but no one fucking gets. Like that's what you have to do. Is you have to look for an SFP, and you play it smart. Oh man, I might have to trade gold right now. I never trade gold. I don't even know what lot size to use for gold. Who trades gold? What lot size do I use for $100 account? Oh, it looks fucking ugly now. Oh yeah, and obviously this goes without saying, but these guys do not take these trades because these are not signals, and like I said, I don't trade gold because I don't think I've ever won on gold. So unless I'm doing this so that we can talk about the charts and hopefully keep you guys entertained and divvy up some knowledge while you're trying to learn stuff. But let's see if this hits that area. The leverage on this account that James, it's 500. So you said you use one lot, 0.02. You're welcome, bro. Yeah, I'll break down any charts you guys want. Like I said, right now the market's live, so hopefully I can catch a trade. Keep this thing entertaining, you know. Oh. Whoa. Jeez, just ripped up. I wonder if I can even do that. This has got to be what, 0.5? Oh shit, GU's in my spot. I mean, gold is in the spot. Yeah, let's fucking do it. What'd you guys say? Point. Fuck it. Let's see what that is. Oh. Turn the camera on. Well, it's not moving in our direction right now. Yeah, so notice how it came into this zone that I had marked up, right? It came and it wicked down the bottom and it took that liquidity. So whoever had their stops down here, right, they just got taken out. And hopefully that's momentum for a move up and not a telling of a continuation downwards. So we'll see. Hold on, I didn't actually put this mark up here. Put our stop down below there. Would I mark this up on the 15? Take a 3-to-1 if we can get it. How are we doing? Nah, that should go higher. If this is gonna go long, it should be going longer. Yeah, realistically, it should take out that high. I didn't have the right fucking chart open on here. I'm retarded. Okay. Yeah, so the market's obviously fighting in this area right now. We're going to see whether the bulls or the bears take control. It's always the worst time because this is when you get in your head, right? And you're like, oh, what if blah, 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 blah. So hopefully this just picks a direction soon. It looks like it's coming down. I might cut this early, to be honest. I'm not trying to lose that much on this. Ah, fuck. I'll just leave it. See how it plays out. Ah, look at that. That might have been the last wick up before it comes down. We'll see. That's usually what happens. It gives you one last chance to close your trade and you just never do. But so far I'm seeing exactly what I wanted to see, right? So, fucking 1 minute chart. Came back down into this area. It cleared this low. It didn't clear this low. And now it's just trying to decide if this is going to be an area to buy or sell. Because if it's going to go up and make new highs, you want to see buyers step in. It could also sweep out maybe one more low. I mean, I would be out at that point. Yeah, I think we get taken out here. What size was that on that? It was a 0.1. That was good sizing, to be honest. Not correct sizing for risk management purposes, but for me going online and trying to flip a small account, that's correct sizing. All right. I think I'm just going to chop this up to an L, to be honest. Save myself a couple of bucks. The fact that it's spending so much time in this area and buyers are not stepping in is just telling me that this is not the area, you know? Like, when you find the sweet spot, you guys have, if you've been trading a while, you all know what that looks like, right? Price hits it and it never comes back. Or it does, but it doesn't, it just slowly grinds upwards and not, it slowly grinds with you and not against you, you know? Well, I'll be damned. I'm going to actually let this trade play out. I feel like we're too invested to pull out now, you know? Just let it rock. It's still valid. Knowing my luck, it's going to come down, do one more sweep, and then pull up. This is the worst. What time is it? Oh, PMI came out. What were the numbers on PMI? Did anyone see? Oh, PMI came out good for USD, hence the gold meltdown. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm cutting this. All right, we're going to chalk that up to an L. Watch it rip right now. That'd be ironic. How's GJ doing? It's just chilling. How's US 30? US 30 took that low. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Yeah, so in hindsight, I probably should have made this the low, right? And this the entry. Because you have this impulse up here, right? I know people who trade order blocks, so this is an order block. Pop down, hit it, it would have just triggered. Would have given myself more breathing room. And it would have been more valid. Plus, I would have had a better target. Take profit. Actually, it's the same take profit. I've never seen. I would have wanted to see it take that high anyway. Yeah, fuck that trade up a little bit. Oh, this just came down into our level. No, that's the first box. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, if this comes into my zone, I'll probably take one more. I'll be super conservative with it. Deciding whether or not to trade again after taking an L is like, it's different for everyone. I like to like get back right on the horse, you know, but never revenge trade. Like, just take the most conservative trade you could take, just so that you don't get like that feeling that you get when you just end the day on like an L and you're just like, I don't know, it's different for everyone. Like I said, some people should just walk away. US 30 looks like it's coming down. But I'd like to take this trade if it goes to my level. No way. I'll be tight if that works out. This fucking 1 minute chart. That's my worst tendency, is to go down to that stupid thing. If I learn from the mistakes of my last trade, I should really be trading down there, shouldn't I? Right, because then you see it sweep this low, come down into this level. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Fuck. And this is ripping. How's gold look? It's still in the exact same area. This isn't really an impulse up. No, because that didn't make new highs. This might not actually just come and rip down, to be honest. Remember we were talking about devil's advocate before? 1, 2. Yesterday was a down day. Decisions. It's the beauty of trading, right? Well, this that zone got crushed. This old high, that old low. Yeah, I mean, what are we at right now? If we go to indices, US 30 is about to be break even. NASDAQ's about to be. Oh man, NASDAQ is looking gross actually. And you just got the SFP. What do you think, guys? Short NAS. I mean, it did just break structure here. And now it retraced back into there. Did it touch? No. I don't like all this on the fly bullshit that's going through my head right now, to be honest. Let's see if it comes down to our zone, and then see if I like the look of it, if it does. All right, so this would have been that first one that I was looking for. It came right into it. Bounced off. So, it literally just came down, clipped it. I'd be pissed if this was the area. And I changed it because of that gold trade. I mean, I'm not trading gold again, so I could just get rid of this. Nothing is moving the way I want right now, which is not great. No, I don't trade full time. I run operations for Fortunes, which is why I don't trade full time. I'm usually pretty busy, but we want to get more streams for you guys, and I have the trading background, so get on here, talk charts, see if we could flip a small account, keep it interesting. You think what's going to end up shorting? The market? The fucking camera's fucked. Time is it? 10:08. Perfect trading time. Bastards. It does look heavy. Oh man, I think I have to shorten ass, to be honest. She completely retraced. I feel like the risk to reward is just so good here. If this goes to all-time highs, I'm definitely shorting it. It sweeps that again. It looks like it broke structure, right? Swept the high, came down, swept the low. It comes up, fails here. It's risky, I'm not gonna lie. It's not a good, it's just, we're in. Oh, I sold the wrong fucking thing. Are you kidding me? Wait, what? I did. I'm literally fucking retarded. Also, I feel like this is... Hold on. Alright, one, I sold the wrong thing. Two, that was the wrong size. Looks like I need a 0.1. Just gonna go back into that range. Yeah, I feel like this is it. What time frame are we on? About to be 10:15. Let's see if it takes out the highs again. Or if it doesn't. It could just shake off PMI too and just keep ripping. Yeah, looks like it's taking this high. How high do we think it goes? This thing is fucking monstrous. Might not be coming down, to be honest. I'll try one more time. The worst part is I'm pretty sure that original US 30 setup I had just fucking played out to a fucking T if this shit is ripping. Nas is always acting disrespectful. That's what it does. I'm just looking for some exhaustion at the top, you know? And then we'll see. Like that. No. All right, here's our shot. I guess we'll find out. Looks like it might drop. The problem with waiting for a better entry is like there isn't one. You're not supposed to do what I'm doing right now, to be honest. I just did it because, you know, it's fucking entertaining, and I was curious to see what happened. Oh. What do you mean a risk off plan? Are you talking about whether the market's risk on or risk off, or are you alluding to something else? Oh, going break even. Nah, I don't really see the point in going break even. It kind of messes up your setups. I don't want both of these to go negative. Like when you make a setup, your stop out should be an acceptable amount of loss. So like to put it at break even, all of a sudden, it's just, you might as well have not even taken the trade in the first place, unless you see something that changes your thought on the market. Unless it hits like a certain point, or maybe it takes a point of liquidity that you didn't mark up or notice, and then it acts a certain type of way, then it makes sense. But otherwise, you just leave your take profits and your stop losses where they are. What time is it? It's about to be 10:30. That's fucking thing. Doesn't look like it's coming down. Ah, how annoying. I think I'm done. All right, that's definitely the last time. All right. That was trash. Gold is still dropping. She went that direction. So let me guess. The US 30 trade I wanted played out perfectly. Nope, this is kind of huttering around here anyway. This fucking thing is just ridiculous. Let's see if it's... So annoying. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I mean, that's why you don't short the top, right? Because there's no definable risk to reward. It's just, it's going to keep fucking with your head because you're always going to think that the next spike up is the last one. And eventually you're going to be right. But, usually you're not solving alive long enough to actually execute on that. Especially, what is it, 10:30? The market's like not even, it's only been open for an hour. This fucking thing will not drop. Oh, that's so annoying. That might be it. It's moving pretty strongly down. Unless it just reverses here. Yep. Fantastic. Yeah, I think I'm done. It's just so annoying. I see this thing rip up one more time. No. Shit. This thing is just wild to watch now. Load up and pray. All right, I'm not doing anything else if that gets taken out. So, let's do the giveaway. All right, how should we do the giveaway? What do you guys think? Let's just go. All right, everyone put the number 1 in the chat real quick. Pips, you the only one left? Yeah, you're making a good case, my friend. All right, we got 6. Check this out. We got 6. Who is number 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we got 7. Let's make it. The fuck? Was it just choose the last one? 5. All right. Bradbury FX, you won the giveaway, and Pips, I'm giving you one as well because you are not wrong about everything you said. Message me on Instagram with your email address and your full name, and I'll get them to make your account. Two wins on US 30. That's fire. That's what I should have been trading. Dumb. Yeah, it came down to my zone. It came up here. I mean, I would have held it anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But gold just fucking ripped down. Yeah, I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. Next week I'll cobwebs off a little bit, you know. And play a little more by the book. This fucking thing. Just ripping. I didn't even put a fucking stop, bro. I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah. How is that possible? The way this thing moves is nuts. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done trying to fucking catch that thing. See you guys.